So, of course, I had to see what do the Epstein files say about autism.
Actually, no, I had no interest in hearing what any of those offenders had anything to do about autism, but what did you find?
One of the first things I saw was Autism Cured, the study of William. So this was an email sent to Jeffrey Epstein from Stanley Rosenberg. He had William as a patient, and he apparently was able to cure William of his autism through stimulation of the vagus nerve. Stanley, he reached back out to Jeffrey Epstein, and he said, hey, years ago, I tried to talk to you about my book about the vagus nerve. Stanley sent him a copy of his book, Assessing the Healing Power of the Vagus Nerve. I did think that this was really interesting information because if you watch my Y series, part 9, it talks about how dysregulation of the nervous system can contribute to autism, and that there are trained PX doctors who are chiropractic doctors who are trained in assessing and adjusting people with autism to help alleviate the dysregulation of the nervous system. And so you can find a doctor who is trained in these types of treatments to help children with autism.
Oh, you are going through the Epstein files for medical advice and information, then utilizing that information to give others medical advice on how to treat autism when everything you've just mentioned is not evidence-based. This is the book that she's referencing, written by Stanley Rosenberg. Yes, we know that things like yoga, meditation can help lower heart rate variability and help people calm down in the moment, but to argue that the healing power of the vagus nerve can then cure autism is absolutely wrong. This is one of the exercises that Stanley Rosenberg talks about in his book. He himself is not Stanley, he's acting out one of the exercises he references. By touching the back of your head, having some contact, and then looking, without turning your head, to the left and right, maybe you'll feel a spontaneous yawn or hiccup. That means it's working. And that should reset your vagus nerve and potentially cure autism. Obviously, just common sense. That doesn't sound right at all. And I found the YouTube video that she was referencing, Autism Cured, the story of William, which is a more than 9-minute long video that shows a 40-second clip of William when he was 5, and that's it. They interview him when he's an adult. They don't show anything about the treatments, what he did, the progression, nothing. They just interview William and his brother when they're adults, and there is no proof of anything between when he was 5 and then when he was an adult. That's not science. That's just a story. Please, please, please talk to your PCP, your primary care provider or primary care physician, about actual medical advice, not a random who controlled F autism in the Epstein files. Don't get scammed. Take back your health.